Alright, so in today's video, I'm going to teach my friend Kenny Early Motors how to trade.
Swerve the dick to the left or right. I swear man, I just see beautiful.
Tupac, Vin Diesel, Paul Walker, Snoop Dogg, and all other American celebrities. Guess what? All their cars are here in Dubai.
Welcome to this. Are you ready for this?
Yes, I'm ready, bro. Guys,
Alright.
this is my first time sitting next to my bro learning about Forex. We have been working together and we have been meeting but talking about cars and different things. So today he blessed me with a free lesson.
Yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
Let's see. So if you have been following me on my channel, mostly recent videos where I went into supercars Dubai. Kenny is CEO to Kenny Early Motors. If you follow him, you'll see that he deals with motor supercars, luxury, stuff like that. So he has been my friend here in Dubai. And yeah, we're gonna learn. I hope you're ready for this.
Yes, I'm ready, sir.
So when I tell you about trading, what comes to your mind? Like most of the time, like,
So what comes to my mind when you tell me about trading? It's winning, luxury vibes, as I see the lifestyle you live and everything about you. So what I think, we're just gonna be printing.
amazing,
right here.
amazing. Alright, so first of all, we're gonna learn about trading, right? So first of all, trading simplified, it's like buying and selling something for money. Like most of the time when you buy, let's say it's like when you buy and you want to sell something, it's like in everyday life we do trading. Simply because sometimes you exchange things for money and sometimes you may be having maybe dirham and you want USD, right? And you take that dirham to be given a USD and someone can charge you a rate for it, right?
Yes.
Then here, forex trading, it's like buying and selling, something like that. Whereby, if it's like when you buy a certain currency at a low value, and when it goes up, while owning that currency, let's say it is a USD, let's say you bought a USD and USD gained value, right?
Okay.
Which means the USD that you are having, that dollar, it's by the time you want to sell it, it will be more than the money that you had earlier. You understand that?
Yes.
So it is a simple thing. So here we shall make it simple most of the time, right? So first thing, we're gonna understand the goal. The goal is buy low, sell high. You understand? So we're gonna simplify everything because I know you have been watching this stuff. Like the more you watch stuff, it's the more you understand. Yeah, the more you understand. So first of all, understand the goal, that is buy low, sell high. Another thing is we're gonna pick one market. Once you're trading, you can trade this like Euro USD, GBP USD, gold. You can decide to trade metal, future, whatever it is. But you find a lot of people focusing on a lot of stuff. If you have been watching me, maybe you have, I trade gold, for example, yes. So, and you are gonna ask me about trading, how it operates, like the way I asked you about cars.
Times.
Yeah. So, you can pick one pair only. It could be forex or currencies. Let's say like gold, or maybe you can, go with crypto or something like that. But it is advisable not to mix things. You understand? Amazing. Then, next, point number 2, we shall learn the direction, right? Learning about direction, it's when you understand, are we going up or we are going down? And that's when you consider, are we going to sell or buy? Thank you. Very nice. So, first of all, when you go on these charts, these are called candlesticks, and this is what represents the price and the market, how it is moving, right? So, which means when you see right like this part right here, which means here we are buying, here we are buying, which means when we are going up, we'll be buying. When we are going down, we'll be
Selling.
yeah, that is it. Meanwhile, we sell in a downtrend market structure and we buy in an uptrend market structure. Later, we shall learn how to identify the uptrend market structure or downtrend market structure. Then after identifying, you'll be like, okay, up we, down we, sell. All right. So first of all, we shall wait for the setup, which means we shall learn about the key level to wait. Where do we sell from and where do we buy from? You understand? So that is the third thing. Well, what we're gonna focus on, like where to buy and where to sell. So in other words, in the name, let's say in this language of trading, we call it key levels, which means we buy and sell at the key levels. So when I say we buy at the key levels, I mean we wait for a clear trend. A trend, it is when we are making high and a higher low. And I will show you that on the chart. For example, if you come right here, I want you to watch everything how it is happening. Like you will find that the market created this high. I created the high simply because you can see the market came upwards this way, right? And boom, it made a pullback. This we call it a pullback, whereby the market goes and makes a race, something like that. And it makes another high, which means this high and this high, which is higher than another one. This one, this one, right? Amazing. Which means this becomes a high. So, meanwhile, if it becomes a high, let's say if it makes a pullback right here, we call it a high low, which represents that this is a lower of this high. That this low, it is being created by this high, which is a lower high, which is a high low, right? This is a high low, simply because this is a low, but even though it is a low, it is higher than this, which means this is a high low, which means we wait for a clear trend. By waiting a clear trend, then we focus on the key levels. Key levels, those are like the support and resistance. Amazing. So, which means we buy and sell at the key levels. Have you seen how it is so well simplified? Like it's a bit coming. I think you can say a bit.
Yeah, if you can say something.
Yeah, unless if you're having any question, like you can ask. I don't want to drag you crazy, but if we are on the same line, then we can continue.
Yeah, actually, right now we're in the same line. I'm starting to build a picture or an image. I don't want to stop here and start asking questions which will confuse me at the end of the day.
Alright.
I prefer we proceed. Maybe when I reach somewhere and I get confused, that's when I'll get in and ask.
So I think that is it. So if there is no clear trend, first of all, there is no entering the market. And I will show you that where there is no clear trend. Like here, you will see that the market is ranging at this level, right? See, like there is no clear trend here, which means we are not buying or selling. Always we should wait for something like when we are making a high, higher low, higher low, high, right? And these are the key zone, key levels. And these key levels are called support and resistance. Amazing. So this support and resistance, right? Why are they called support and resistance? First, this is a resistance. It's like the price ceiling. When you try to go at that ceiling, something which is going to resist you, right?
Yeah, so it will always pull you down.
Yeah, that is it. Which means this is the price ceiling and this is the price ground, like floor. You understand?
Yes.
This is the support. It's like when you try to fall down, like here, there is a support, something.
Yeah, so it doesn't allow you to go down.
That's it.
To go up.
That's it. Amazing. So, actually, I did expect you to pick up this way. Which means if the price is moving like this, it resists at this level and it goes down. Which means for us, once we are going upward, we don't sell, we buy. Where do we buy? At the key level. Meanwhile, in an uptrend, we will buy at the support level. Understand? Yeah. When the market is coming like this, boom, when it comes at the support, we buy right here. Though at the end, after learning everything, then we shall learn maybe we shall make them another video where we shall be learning what are the bad support level or the key levels and the good key levels. That's where we minimize the losses we'll be making in the market, right? All right, so for now, let's continue. So first of all, another one. Point number 5 is we shall learn about the confirmation, right? And confirmation, what I'm trying to mean, if the price comes at the key zone, after identifying a clear trend, you don't normally buy just out of the blue.
Yeah.
No, you wait for the confirmation, right? You wait for the confirmation. You can wait for maybe for the price to react. Price to react, it's not like it will do something minor. When normally, I'll give you a very good example, right? So, let's say this is the level right here. And when you do this, let's say like this, something like this, you will see that this market is trading going to the downside, right? If it is trading going to the downside, meanwhile, when we go to the down, if we are going to the downside, we are selling at the resistance. While we are buying from the support, right? So the resistance is this one right here, right? So let's say this is our key zone, this is our level right here, right? We wait for the market reaction. The market reaction, you can see as soon as the market reach our resistance, it reacts, right? But it depends how the market should react. There's a lot of reaction whenever the market reaches a certain zone, to be honest. Meanwhile, as we wait the market to react, maybe we can wait for the rejection. We can wait a strong candle maybe, and that is like engulfing candle. You understand? Like
about engulfing.
you don't know about engulfing? We shall actually, I'm giving you a highlight right now. We shall go through them step by step.
All right.
Yeah. So a rejection is when the candle fails to close as a full body candle. Like for example, if you can see this is a very strong candle, right?
Yeah.
This is a very strong candle, right? But these candles right here, you can see how they rejected this level right now. It's not as this candle. This candle was too strong coming to the level. When it reached at the level, it rejected. Meanwhile, there was no strong orders to push this market upward. You understand? And that's why the market started giving you signs that, you know what, there is no strong energy. There's no much order for the market to continue pushing throughout this zone. Because this zone, it is a supply, it is a resistance level. You understand? So when we do maybe get like this, rejection, it could be strong candle. Strong candle is when we reach at this zone, for example, a candle like this, for example, like this, boom, steps in, a sell candle. Remember I told you, the green candles and the bad candles,
Yeah.
the red one are,
I actually call the green one, I think the bullish, something like
yeah,
and
bullish.
the red one, something like bearish.
Yeah. This one, the scenario, the reason why you need to go into bullish or bearish, at first you need to learn it as a market, to learn it as everyday things. It's like when you go and buy something from a shop, you're trading.
Yeah.
You understand? Before you go into the book English about bullish, bearish, or whatever it is, because when you start with that, you may get really confused.
Definitely.
That's it.
That's what
But right now, you're understanding from its own, like you're understanding the real thing. Even someone can be like, what bullish, bearish, what are you talking about? That market is going to sell.
Let's continue.
Alright, so
Good time.
Alright, so this is called the confirmation. It's like when you're waiting the market to come at your zone and boom, you get confirmed that this is called the confirmation, right? That is point number 5. Alright, another point, we shall look at risk management, right? And before we look at risk management, you have learned about how to sell and buy, right? You have learned about key zones, trends, and whatever it is in a simplified way. Then another thing that you will learn is risk management. And I will tell you, a lot of people fail in this trading. I know you have seen a lot of people fail.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Making losses, you'll be like, bro, these guys are maybe lying.
Yeah,
How come simply makes money
and
and the rest?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you may know how to trade, but you may not know how to manage the risk. And to manage the risk, for example, meaning, like most of the time, you may get a buy set up at around that level. And you risk something like 1%. When you see this black thing, which means that is the risk side. And when you see this yellow, green part, that is the profit side. Meanwhile, if you check well, it says risk to reward. Meanwhile, you're risking this black space for profit, which is 2%, which means risk to reward ratio, it is 2. Meanwhile, this black space, it is in 2. This red space. I don't know if you get it.
Yeah, I get it.
Meanwhile, if you can lose 1000 USD on this black space, which means if it comes and hit right here, which is called the take profit, you will be gaining 2000 USD. Amazing. Simply because there are boxes in this, which means you're risking 1 to get 2.
Yeah.
And most of the beginner traders, let's say, they don't do this. They sell, let's say when the market comes right there, like in the middle, they close profit. Guess what? You'll be closing 1 to 1. Which means if you're closing 1 to 1, you won't run away from the market. You will come back. Either you will lose 1 what you made, or you will lose more. Right? Yeah, simply because I, as a professional trader, I follow risk. I've been having, let's say, 10,000 USD, I risk 100 USD. If I risk 100 USD, meanwhile I want 200 USD in that trade, right? I've already made 200 USD, I come again with another 100 USD, I risk on it. If I fail, meanwhile, if I win one trade, it will take me 2 losses in order for me to come back at a break even. So, which means if you're having a profitable system like this, you can always be above the rest. Like if you're maybe getting 3 wins, 2 losses, right? Maybe you're getting 2 losses, 2 wins. The first loss, you lost 1%. You got 1 win, which means you're above 1%.
Yeah.
You got another win, you're above 3%. You got another loss, you're down, you're above maybe like 2% again. Which means you lost 2 trades, you won 2 trades, but the results wise, you're already up 2%.
This is a bit confusing, but I will have to learn.
Alright, let's go again. Alright, we're gonna make some.
I understood everything around here, but when it came into like some guys win 2% and again they lose, how do you win and again lose at the same time?
Alright, let's do this now. Let me show you something. Alright. So this is 1 to 1, right? Let me make it 1 to 4. Let me copy and paste, and put it here. So this will teach you how people are able to be profitable and others, why others are failing.
So bro, if I'm to ask you a question and you're still doing this, so who was your teacher? Who you taught yourself?
Personally, I first learned myself, but with time, I realized I need a mentor to be honest. I think it is too hard to do it by yourself, to be honest.
I understand.
Yeah. So let me give you an example. If you execute a trade right here, meanwhile, if you're risking here, this box takes, if the market goes down, you enter this zone, right? If you enter at, let me show you something. If you enter, no, let me make it big so that even the person who is watching can, and I choose a very good color. Alright, if you enter the market at this zone, right?
Okay.
And it goes down right here. Meanwhile, you have lost 1000 USD, right? If you have lost 1000 USD, if it comes here, how much will you be getting?
So this is first explain to me again. This is a 2.
This is a 2R.
So that means you're gonna make double the money.
Thank you. Which means if you enter this zone, if it crosses right here,
You've lost 2,000.
1,000.
Okay, 1,000.
But if it goes up, take profit,
then
2,000.
2,000.
which means if you have in 1,000 account, you up 3,000. They come to 1,000 and 2,000.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now.
So, which means if this rate goes wrong, you have lost, let's say 1%. We shall call it 1%, right?
Alright.
Yeah. Negative 1%. I will put it there, right? Then, if this trade, let's say you entered another trade another day,
Yeah.
right? It comes right here, right? How much will you be getting?
I think when you think one more time, you lost 1,000 and then you enter another one. I think that's 3,000.
2,000 in profit.
Really?
We are counting profit.
Oh, so
Yeah.
I was counting the whole account.
No. Profit. Then we enter another trade, right?
Yeah.
We lose again because our strategy came and we followed everything, reaction keys on, and we lost, right? We lost 1% again, right? Which means, so we got another trade right here, which is the fourth one. We won, let's say like 2%, right? Because we are taking only 2R, risking same amount of money per trade, right?
Yeah.
How many trades have we lost?
So far we've lost only 2 trades.
How many trades have we won?
2.
2.
But then the 2 we have won are bigger than the ones we lost.
Thank you. If you count, this is 1,000.
Yeah.
1,000 negative plus 2,000 positive, we are up 1,000,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
1,000 minus 1,000, we are 0.
Yes.
We are up 2,000.
Yeah, definitely.
But we have lost same what we have won.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we have lost 2 trades, we have won 2 trades,
Yeah.
but we have closed the week with profit.
Yeah, I understand.
Are you confused right there?
I'm a bit confused because we lost only
That's
1%.
Yeah.
And then we got 2% 2
Yeah.
times.
Now,
Understand?
let me show you.
In simple math.
If
Let's
someone,
make-
okay, you will understand this way. If we are cutting our wins, we'll be like, we are taking 1%. Someone will be like, oh, I'm scared. This is a beginner trader. I'm scared. Let me close here. And he closed 1%. He closes 1% right there. And he loses here. Then here again, he be like, oh, I remember previous trade I lost. This one, I don't want the trade to reverse back. Let me close there, like 1%. Because he has seen 1,000 USD, right?
Yeah.
How many trades has he lost?
I think he has lost 2 trades.
And he has won?
No trading.
He has won how many trades here?
2 trades.
But as the
End of the day is not profitable.
that's it, doesn't have money. And that is what differentiates a loser trader or someone who doesn't know what beginner trader, yeah, to a professional. That's it.
It's not too difficult.
That's it. You said it.
It's too easy, but
Alright, can we find a trading account and we try it out?
definitely we have to. But if I'm on your side, we shall. But if I'm with someone else, I'm not risking nothing.
So, guys, let us know in the comment section whether we shall continue this. Fund the account. I played with him till he made his first 10,000 USD in trading. He already made his money in cars, supercars, whatever it is, but I mean in trading side. Yeah, I think everyone should make money in trading.
Yeah, I wanna try trading.
Alright, let's go. Subscribe, see you in the battle.